Any calls for the morning show or midday? No. No calls for midday as usual.
I'm just going to, maybe it'll fuck me up, but nothing can fuck up this wrap-up show worse, more, so I'm just going to leave.
Some planted calls.
Okay, no, I can't even do it. All right, I'll pot them up in a second. All right, from Justin to Cully, the wrap-up show of the Kirk Minahan show. It is September 30th. What did I say yesterday? Somebody gave me shit. I think I said October 29th. My fault. All right, so it's September 30th. It is Saco weekend. It's right on it's right on the horizon here. It's Thursday. Quantum Week Chris was in. Typically he's in on Fridays. He was in on Thursday. Tomorrow is Stevie Van Zandt Day. Finally culminating that experience. Holy fuck. So that one will be released at midnight tonight. If you're listening to today's show, you heard that. We'll drop that at midnight tonight. And then Saco 4 Redemption is on Saturday night. So it's wild. That all it all happens very, very quickly. So I'm looking over at my right. I can't see him. We have a wall in between. But if I just pot him up here, he's still going. Well, you can't hear him talk, but whatever. It's kind of spaced out. You even hear that on the show when I pot him up. You can't necessarily hear him all the time. But Justin's still going strong. I mean, what is it? 12. I'm recording this at 12:45. He's still going strong over there. 8 hours a day, day 4 of 5, and then he's in on Sunday. I could have sworn, I don't really think, I guess I could have fucked it up. I don't know. We thought originally it was Saturday night from 10 to 2 that Gresh was on. Maybe because a rational human being wouldn't work 10 to 2 and then go into work at 10 a.m. the next day on a Sunday night, but whatever. Gresh is on Sundays, 10 to 2 a.m. on CBS Sports Radio. So that has now, unfortunately for Justin, or fortunately, I mean, he is heating up. I mean, as the week goes on, he seems to be getting stronger. I mean, Barbara Bush getting a call out on the morning show today seems to have empowered him. You don't call out Barbara Bush when it comes to Justin. So, but he's going strong. He's having a good time. And it looks like it's going to keep going for a little bit. We actually, and it's lucky that this happened after the show, but I think we had our first WEEI reaction. Just had Justin retweet it because I was on a call here. Not that I don't know. I don't know why. I think he said it on his stream, and I didn't know if he had retweeted. I didn't look at the Twitter account while I was multitasking there, but I think he just retweeted. Andy Hart appears to be the first person to comment on kind of what's going on. I think somebody Dice said, like, I don't like bullies. And he's like, I agree. And then the guy said, I think all bullies should get beat up. And then Andy Hart said, yup. So that's clearly alluding to the Kirk Minahan show and to Justin's efforts going after WEEI. So that appears to be the first reference. Unless we're counting Curtis dropping Barbara Bush references and we're locking that in as a shot at Justin, that appears to be the first one. So it's maybe we're starting to get them where they have to respond or something. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Andy Hart isn't even on the radio every single day. So I don't know. Maybe he just felt comfortable chiming in against orders. Who knows? Maybe we'll learn more as this kind of goes on. That just literally happened on the fly as we wrapped up the show, basically, and then I got a text from Harrison alerting me to that. So good heads up by Harrison, because we can't always be hearing Justin in the room over.
I don't know. I don't know who Greg Dickerson is, and I'm not a huge fan. I'm Garrett Tanway by himself. So.
Oh, all right. Well, Dickerson seems to. He seems to be struggling immensely if you look at his Twitter timeline, but seems good guy, good history. I don't know why he's talking about Greg Dickerson. I assume that the YouTube chat is talking about him. Besides that, today's show, as I check as I'm just recording, today's show, obviously we talked about the WEEI stuff. We played a call because I tweeted it out, and then Dave Portnoy, head of content at Barstool Sports, retweeted that it was the dumbest tweet he's ever seen. Basically, a caller called in to WEEI that sounded a lot like his father, Mike Portnoy, friend of the show, of course, attorney, representative who represents the show in some cases. A caller sounded just like him that was going off in the Twitter comments, and it was going off in the YouTube comments and things like that. So just tweeted it out and looking into it. That's all that tweet was. We were looking into it, but it was funny. It did really sound close. But when you put them back to back, very clear when you put it back to back like we did on the show that it was not Mike Portnoy. Unfortunately, that would have been fucking chaos if it was. So we would have seen what happened there. Besides that, the biggest takeaway from the show today, as I keep going here, is Rico Bosco. We started talking about the dozen. You know what it was? It was the fact that Rico turned down the $350K to fight at Rough and Rowdy, which you hear $350K to fight at Rough and Rowdy and turning it down. I'm just like, what the fuck? How? Who? What? Where? When? Why? The reason is because Rico Bosco doesn't, one, he has honor. I mean, he's a man of his word. He does not like Jeff Nadeau, who I assume was the potential person he'd be fighting at Rough and Rowdy. And he's stuck to his guns. He doesn't do it now. He throws out allegations and stuff like that, and which we didn't need to get into. But yeah, he's stuck to his guns, and he's turns down $350K. I don't know too many people would turn down $350K in that situation. Holy shit. So, but then out of fucking nowhere, as they start talking about the dozen, he says he would consider or wants to consider kicking Pat off the team because, listen, they got to go on the offensive, which, you know, winners, they always have that competitive spirit. And you're always looking for the edge. Just never thought I'd see a man of honor like Rico Bosco want to toss somebody aside like that. Now, it's good to have leadership on the team like Kirk, obviously, because he basically, you know, nix that idea very, very quickly. So that's not going to happen. The team has to rally around this situation and move forward because they have a big match against Big Cat's team sometime either next week or the week after. I forget the exact date that Kirk said, but that was a wild up and down experience with Rico Bosco. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what the fallout of that is. The other things that came up on the show, let's see here. Oh, Quantum Week Chris, he brought another. I said it was, what did I say? I didn't say it was an activity. I said it wasn't an experience. I forget how I described it. They described it as an activity. I like this one. This was a good one. This was a hard one. Well thought out. This was, what were the top shows in 1993 by the specific day? And that was a creative one. And I think Kirk liked that one. So that was good. We also got to hear from Billboard Charts guys. So we kind of had two back-to-back activities where he was asking about Elton John hits and then plugging his new Twitter account. Billboard Charts guy, he's a star. I mean, he's got to get his social media a lot in line. So I think it was B-Board Chart Guy on Twitter. Let me look it up. I think it was B-Board Chart Guy on Twitter. B-Board. Oh, I searched it during the show. That should come. Oh, it's not coming up right away. B-Board Chart Guy. There he is. Yep. B-Board Shark Guy. And let me follow him. All right. Digging music since 1972. Challenging music experts on the history of Billboard charts since 2021. KMS. Hashtag thank you, Kirk. Go give Billboard Chart Guy a follow on Twitter if you don't mind. So yeah, today was a fun show. Talked a little bit about the Sopranos rankings on The Ringer, just because obviously the movie's coming out this weekend. Quantum Week Chris, big weekend for him. He's seeing the Many Saints movie before the Sacco show in Maine. So that's a hell of a Saturday for Chris over there. So that's good. The other things that came up is apparently my dad doesn't love me according to them because he hasn't hugged me and shit. Listen, we don't need that stuff around here. You know, your dad's going to work every day. Your mom's taking care of you at home. They're providing for you. Obviously, they love you. They care for you. You don't need the hugs. All right. At least I don't. So that came out on today's show. What else? We got a Tim from Canton call because he was sneaking and listening to the show on the call-in line, which I didn't know I set up in advance. You always kind of get this feeling because when Kirk goes to it, it does take, I don't know, let's just say it takes 60 seconds just from like moving from whatever you're doing. Probably less than that, but whatever. So I like to set it up in advance so it's kind of ready so I can go over and tweet it out. So I set it up and I totally forgot I did it. And then all of a sudden I see a tweet of somebody saying they're listening in on the show. I'm just totally mind fucked. The fact that Kirk of all people figured that out, which I understand it's not that hard to figure out, but also Kirk is technologically inept, so that just shows how stupid I was in the moment, but I just completely forgot I set it up. So it was what it was. We took Billboard Chart Guy's call, then Tim's call, and then that was it. So just 2 calls today. Kirk was not in the mood for everybody else, so that's fine. It was in a good mood, though. In good mood. Katie Nolan, I'm taking shit for that take, but whatever, I stand by it. It's not a Katie Nolan take. It's just an opinion on like radio hosts and moving up the ranks and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm getting into the rambling zone. I'm looking forward to Saturday. First of all, I'm looking forward to Justin finishing this thing out all the way through tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's going to be a fun watch as always. So I get to spend a little bit more time having that in the background and consuming it tomorrow morning just because the show is already done for tomorrow with Stevie Van Zandt. So I'm looking forward to watching a little bit more of that. I'll probably see him in here too as we kind of pack up for Saco on Saturday. Everybody who's going to Saco, gates open at 2. Show will start probably somewhere around the, 7:30 range. So look forward to seeing everybody there. We'll have merch tent where you can buy 4 new t-shirts. I believe we have 4 new designs for the live event attendees. So that should be fun. So, all right. So Saco 4 Saturday night. Look forward to seeing everybody there. Tomorrow, Stevie Van Zandt interview. I scheduled it for 12:05. But if you're an Apple guy or girl, I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully it'll be up at 12:05, but it is what it is. I'm a Spotify guy. It'll fucking be there. Just will be. So 12:05, Stevie will post. Today's show's up there. And yeah, keep pounding those phones for Justin. I think is he going nuts? What happened?
Holy shit.
What happened? What happened?
Just some fucking stupid thing. And I'm just mocking dumbasses.
Oh, all right, never mind. All right, so all right, from Justin to Cully, we'll see you on Saturday if you're going. Show is back in studio. We actually never know with this shit. We might be back on Monday. Who fucking knows? Might be back Monday, but worst case, I'll see you on Wednesday. Talk to you.